Hello guys and welcome to our next tutorial. Today we will learn about classes in C++. So classes are building blocks of object-oriented programming, and they are very commonly used to create complex and organized code structures. Classes are a blueprint or a template for creating objects. It defines the structure and behavior of objects that belong to that class. Think of a class as like a house. You have a house that has the blueprint of the house has the whole layout of the house, like how many rooms are there going to be, how many windows are there going to be, how many doors are there going to be in that house. Similarly, a class defines the properties and behavior of the object that it has. So a class has basically two main components: attributes and methods. Which are attributes are data members, like these are the attributes of the class, and these are the methods of the class. Attributes are basically just the for example, like this is integer is an attribute. This is those are the data members and they are called attributes. So attributes are variables that hold data. These hold data with the class, while methods are the functions. Like you make a function outside, but in a class you make it inside the class, and that define the function action that the class performs. This class does what this class does. It has a function that starts the engine, that has a function that stops the engine and gives us the message engine started, engine stopped. So let's see how you can define a class. To define a class, we use the keyword class and then the class name that we want, and then and all the things that we want to put in the class. Then we define the whole body of the class, and then that's how we do that. So after we have made our class, you would ask how we can access this class, how we can use things that are in this, like this variable, this variable, and this function. How can we use this function? So for that we have to create objects. Objects are a thing from the class, are instances of the class. We use the class name after, and then if we use class name and then the object name to create an object of the class. Basically just think of it as int is a class and year is used as its object, like that. Like this is a class and this is the name of the variable that we wanted. So this is how you can just create your own object and access the things that are in the class. So after we have learned how we can make a object from the class, now this time to learn about the access modifiers. So what is access modifiers? There are three access modifiers, as you see over here. This is public, there is private, and then there is protected. These modifiers, access modifiers, determine the visibility and accessibility of class members. Like for example, if we have these attributes under the public member, which are easily accessible outside the class. They are visible to every single function, every single class. If you want to use in some different class, we can do that as well, and it's easily accessible. Then we have private. Private is not only accessible inside this class. If we want a variable that cannot be used outside this thing, this class, we can use that. Like as you see, this says we had the function that gives that gives the class member a name. So when we change the access modifier to private, it says my car dot brand equal Toyota, but brand variable is a private member of car. So it can only be used inside this class. If you want to use outside it, we would have to either make it public or protected. So let's see what happens if you make it protected. As you can see, it's still not being used. Okay, we cannot use it outside the function, but protected can be used in those classes where they are inherited from, which is something which we will learn about later. So let me put this back to public. Okay, and as you will see, it turns back to its original. So that these are the access modifiers that we use to define how our data members would work and perform the action. So now you will ask, we have the data members, we have made the class object, how can we change if how can we access these functions outside the class in our main function? So for that, we write my car, which is the object name, and then we put a small dot notation. Then we put the variable name. We can do, let me make a small thing. Okay, so cout enter car name. So it will take input from the user and then cin a, and then we do okay is equal to a. Okay, so it will take the function, it take the output from the input from user on which car it is, what's its name, and then it will put in the brand thing. It will be after we have made the object, it will remain, these values will remain inside this object till the program is running. Once the program closes, this all will be wiped from the memory. If we can make many as much objects as we want from one class, or we can just keep using one class with one object. It's up to the person who is making the thing. Okay, this is how you access the data members. So after that, if we want to access the functions, we use mycar.startEngine, which is like the object name dot function name, and then how you have like the same way you call functions, and then the semicolon, and that's how you call the methods in the classes and the data members in classes. So in conclusion, classes are in C++ a powerful feature that enables us to create this type of structured, organized, modular code. Like if we had put these functions outside, like for example, if I put this outside, and they're like not only these functions, they're like hundreds or millions of functions that we have added into our program, it would make the code very messy. But if we put it in some class, the code of the function would remain simple, and it would be just in one place instead of being all over the place, and only be accessed from by using the object and all that. and the variables would remain like same, all good, and they can be reused if we want to, using public or protected in different classes and all that we inherited this class from. So they encapsulate data. The classes encapsulate data and behavior into single units, making our code more maintainable and efficient. By using classes, we can achieve the principles of encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, which we will learn in the next lectures. Okay, so the core concept of these are the core concept of object-oriented programming. The whole object-oriented programming lies beneath encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So I hope you learned something from today's lecture, and I hope this has helped you understand what a class is and how to create objects. Let's once run the code. Didn't do that yet. Let me do that real quick. Let's run the code. Okay, so it tells us, let's go Ferrari. Okay, engine started, engine stopped, and then all that. Okay, the functions are like the methods were executed and called. So this is how you can make your own class in C++ and make your own objects to access the members of those class, whether it be attributes or methods. So this was it all for today, and I'll hope to see you in the next video where we will learn more. So bye bye.